Tottenham
Yes.
rebuild is real. Ange Postecoglou deserves to be given the same time as Arteta for him to develop this Tottenham team. Everybody, I think, can agree the structure is being put in the Tottenham team. And Big Ange is doing exactly that. Right now, Tottenham, with Papsar and Bissouma, have one of the best duos in midfield. And if you told that to Tottenham fans a year back, they would say that wouldn't be possible. And those two players were just in the team. 2 man of the match awards to Bissouma in his last 2 games. That's bold. That's bold.
I am here for that every day of the week. I mean, Bissouma has been dragged through the mud. Sarr previously, who's still only 20 years old, also dragged through the mud, was sent about as fast as he got to Spurs. He was sent right back out on loan. And to see the glow up, to see him get his first Premier League goal, you got to give it to Big Ange, because he's not using the players that I guess one of us would expect in Premier League caliber. And let's be honest, it's still early in the season, but all signs point to a more structured approach, a more team-oriented approach. And I think there's one thing that I've often said that, maybe I'm kind of, sugarcoating what we've said in the past, but Harry Kane moving on, while it hurts in the moment, is possibly the best thing that's going to happen to Spurs in the long term. They got to move into a new era. And that's what we saw. And it was a big win for them against Manchester United.
I don't know if I agree with those terms, because if they needed a striker, though, in this game. And I agree with you that Tottenham is in a better mentality-wise. Maybe I feel you. Body-wise, body language, the team is more united with Postecoglou now. But I don't think it's the Harry Kane leaving. I think it's more of the manager, being honest. I think the manager is establishing his philosophy, and I don't think Harry Kane was going against that. But one thing's for sure. If Tottenham do not sign a striker that can score more than 20 Premier League goals, this is all just chit-chat, and they will not be finishing in the top 4 of the Premier League in the next 2 to 3 seasons, regardless of anything. So they need to figure out the striker problem, and I'm dying to see who they will get long term. But one thing too, Ange Postecoglou with Tottenham knows his stars too. Son is a star. Romero is a star. And he's building up. James Maddison big time. Destiny Udogie's looking much better. Porro. And I was surprised with Vicario. Vicario surprised me in that match against United. And something could be coming up from now this new goalkeeper. So this is what I'm seeing. It's a rebuild. And it's the start of new references at Tottenham. James Maddison, Kulusevski, Udogie, Pedro Porro, Mickey van de Ven, Vicario, all players that are new, and they were needed. You needed new references for this team. And maybe, just maybe, if he's given the time, he will be getting to the top 4 race. But to think he's right now at that point, no. It's not fair to have top 4 expectations right now for Tottenham with the team they have. But big congratulations to Ange Postecoglou.
It's early stages, and you named all those new players, but I would also say that Sarr and Bissouma are as new as the others, because they have been kind of rolled back into it and given a new lease on life with a new boss and a new structure, and it's going to be really interesting to see where they go. But I have to ask you, and this might be a separate topic, but who? I mean, you brought in $100 million for Harry Kane. Who would be the best to line up as a replacement? I know we've talked about Santi Jimenez in the past. I know we've talked about, Gift Orban and some others. But if you're going to spend that good chunk of change, I got to ask you, from maybe 1 to 10, with 10 being the most likely, what do you think the chances of Spurs landing a 25, 26-year-old Lautaro Martinez would be?
If they spend 70 to 80 million for him, then they're quite possibly going to get him. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Lautaro wants to stay at Inter. I think for strikers, I think Spurs has to get a striker this summer. this summer straight away. And I would have gone for Boniface, that went now to Leverkusen. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Tottenham should have got him. But Gift Orban that you mentioned right now for 20 to 30 million is a realistic option to buy. So if I was Tottenham, I would get Gift Orban and I would get Taremi too from Porto. It will be very difficult to convince Porto to selling after they sold Otavio, to Al Nasser. But Taremi would be an instant impact, and he has something to prove for the Iranian people. Taremi has a huge why, and he can be great at Tottenham. So it's a tough market. It's a tough market. So direct replacements, no existent. There's no. You cannot replace Harry Kane with a better player or a player with the same standards for a cheaper price. That's why Bayern went to Tottenham. But you can replace with potential. And Gift Orban, Santiago Jimenez would be two great signings, in my point of view.